In the gentle embrace of night, we invite you to drift into a realm where ancient tales unfold with grace and tranquility. Tonight, let us embark on a soothing journey through Brizo's gentle guidance, dreams upon the waves. In this serene tale, we explore the whispers of Brizo, the kind-hearted goddess who guides seafarers safely through their dreams. As you settle in, feel the waves of relaxation carry you closer to the shores of timeless myths. If you find comfort in these ancient stories, consider joining us again. And now, let the tale unfold. As twilight descended upon the tranquil shores of Delos, the island lay cloaked in a serene stillness, punctuated only by the soft whispers of the sea. This was a place where the realms of myth and reality wove seamlessly together. Each wave carried with it the eternal resonance of untold stories, glowing softly with the moon's silver touch and lending the waters a mysterious, tranquil radiance. Brizo, the gentle goddess revered by seafarers for her wisdom and protection, walked along the moonlit beach. With every step, she cast a calming enchantment over the restless waters, ensuring the sea was a mirror of stillness. Her presence inspired a sense of tranquil awe, as though the very air vibrated with her divine harmony. Her eyes softly took in the scene, perceiving truths within the shifting sands beneath her feet. Night's gentle embrace settled over Delos, signaling the time before sailors would brave the uncertain seas once more. These men, courageous and devout, filled the night air with their light-hearted voices, a melody of camaraderie seasoned with silent reverence. Beneath their laughter, the tremors of hopes and apprehensions stirred, acknowledgments of the unpredictable ocean that awaited their morning departure. Pausing in their preparations, the sailors gathered by the water's edge to perform a ritual held dear across time and tides. Their hands offered shells and tokens, signs of earnest pleas carried beyond the horizon. In hushed tones, they murmured prayers that mingled with the rhythm of the sea, a bridge of faith reaching out to Brizo. This ancient ceremony spoke to the sailors' deep trust, a silent plea for safe passage beneath the goddess's watchful eye. Within their midst, Brizo listened, her spirit absorbing their whispered anxieties and desires. She understood their silent pledges, the yearning for calm passages on the capricious seas. Each prayer was caught by the night's gentle breeze and woven into a cosmic tapestry. Her response, a promise carried on the soft winds, intertwined with their dreams, offering assurance of her protective guidance. Her whispers, soothing and tender, flowed through the night air, encircling the sailors in an unseen embrace. Like a mother calming her children, she bestowed quiet resolve and faith. It felt as though an invisible warmth enveloped them, easing their hearts with peace and clarity in the night's embrace. As the sun's last rays vanished beyond the horizon, the sailors, hearts unburdened by their preparations, withdrew to the comfort of their homes. They lay down secure in the divine presence of Brizo, who watched over them as they surrendered to slumber. The quietness of night deepened, and Brizo took her place by the shimmering waters, maintaining her silent vigil. The moon's silvery path stretched out over the sea, connecting earth and sky, a tribute to the goddess's eternal guardianship. Her gaze remained steadfast on the sea's glassy surface, ensuring tranquility under her watchful eye. In this sacred space, the shore transformed into a sanctuary, overseen by the luminous goddess and her constant companion, the sea. Gentle waves sang a soothing lullaby, cradling the sailors' faith and hopes within each crest and trough. Here, Brizo prepared herself to weave the sacred dreams for the sailors, a tender labor imbued with promise and care. As she turned her gaze from the serene sea to the vast sky, the boundary between myth and reality seemed merely a whisper away. She stood ready to guide the seafarers into the realm of dreams, under her gentle care. As the velvety darkness enveloped the serene shores of Delos, the sailors, weary from their day's labor, surrendered to the gentle embrace of slumber. Brizo, the gentle goddess of seafarers, watched from her ethereal realm, her presence soothing the waves into a soft lullaby that guided each weary sailor into tranquil sleep. In this sacred stillness, where dreams and reality intertwined, Brizo prepared to fulfill her divine role, weaving dreams to guide and protect those who entrusted their lives to the sea. Harnessing the whispers of the sea, Brizo began her intricate work of crafting dreams as delicate as spider silk, each tailored to the individual soul of the sailors under her care. She sifted through their hopes and fears, selecting visions that would not only soothe but fortify their hearts against the trials that lay ahead. To weave dreams was to offer more than relaxation. It was to imbue the sailors with courage and insight, anchoring their spirits in divine certainty against the capriciousness of the vast ocean. In the ethereal realm of dreams, a young sailor, full of hope and anticipation, found himself navigating treacherous, stormy seas. Dark, churning skies loomed overhead, heavy with menace. Yet, within this turmoil, a miraculous silver path appeared, weaving through the tempest's chaos, guiding him steadily towards safe harbors. This vision of guiding light reaffirmed his faith in Brizo's protective whispers, instilling within him a newfound confidence that promised resilience in moments of doubt and peril. Nearby, an older and seasoned sailor dreamt of a serene encounter with a pod of dolphins. Their graceful movements formed a dance around his vessel, each leap a symbol of protection and fellowship. This vibrant imagery filled him with a profound peace, the dolphin's presence a reassurance of safety and companionship in the vast loneliness of the sea. In this dream was the promise of Brizo's nurturing care, a reminder that her influence extended beyond the physical, into the very soul of the sea itself. Brizo crafted these dreams with a tenderness that ensured their vivid clarity would stay with her sailors upon waking. Each dream was a beacon, lighting the uncertain path of their future voyages. They became precious gifts from the goddess, inspiring strength and tranquility, and consolidating the sailors' faith in the divine guidance that Brizo so lovingly offered. With each rhythmical lap of the waves, dreams spun gently in the sailors' minds, echoing the divine grace bestowed upon them and bridging the mysteries of the sea with the human soul. Throughout the night, Brizo addressed the unspoken fears nestled within the hearts of her sailors. To the one burdened by the unpredictable chaos of the sea, she showed a vision of order, a starlit course transforming uncertainty into a clear and illuminated path. To another, who feared isolation at sea, she granted the sight of a welcoming coastline, alive with life and companionship, promising solace no matter where the tides carried him. Such insights, tenderly and skillfully crafted, offered profound assurance of protection against any adversity they may face. Brizo's dreams imparted more than foresight. They embedded pieces of her wisdom within the minds of the sailors, ensuring these gifts would ripple through their waking lives, much like gentle waves on a tranquil ocean. As she watched their sleeping forms, her divine whispers resonated deeply within their souls, weaving tapestries of comfort and strength, reinforcing their trust in the unseen forces that quietly guided them through the vastness of the ocean. As the first light of dawn began to grace the horizon, the dreams softly faded like the retreat of mist in the morning sun. Yet, each sailor awoke with pieces of Brizo's wisdom securely tucked within their hearts, ready to be drawn upon in moments of need. Stirring from their peaceful rest, they carried with them the remnants of a night blessed by divine grace, imbued with confidence and a profound assurance that Brizo's gentle guidance would accompany them as they faced the endless expanse of the ocean once more. With the horizon brightening, the night's dreams whispered away like the winds of dawn, but their essence lingered, forging an enduring bond between goddess and sailor. Each sailor, buoyed by the divine inspiration of the night, would step forth to interpret the dreams gifted by Brizo, ensuring their journeys began fortified with hearts steeled by her gentle hand. This gentle transition from night to day set the stage for new adventures, with the promise of Brizo's ever-present guidance to light the way. As the first light of dawn caressed the sails of the ships in Delos's harbor, a gentle glow whispered across the sea and ushered in a new beginning. Brizo's dreams lingered on the morning mist, stirring sailors from their restful slumber into a world alive with the promise of what lay ahead. The air felt imbued with the goddess's gentle presence, infusing a palpable sense of renewal and hope. On board, the sailors gathered in clusters, exchanging the dreams bestowed upon them during the night. These were not mere figments of sleep, but divine omens from Brizo herself, woven into the tapestry of the waking world. Each dream was recounted with reverence. Tales of guiding stars that pierced the storm and encounters with dolphin escorts through turbulent waters filled the air. These nocturnal visions were recounted as sacred stories, weaving all who listened with an invisible thread of faith and destiny. A sailor's stoic gaze drifted towards the heavens as the cry of a seagull pierced the dawn stillness. The bird's call, soaring over the harbor, was met not with indifference but with recognition. Here was another sign of Brizo's favor, a serendipitous echo of divine approval. Heads lifted in acknowledgement, spirits rising in tandem with the gull's wings, reassured that Brizo watched vigilantly over them. As the murmur of dreams and omens filled the air, a young sailor happened upon a shell washed ashore, its unusual luster catching the morning light. In its iridescent surface, he saw more than just a simple seashell. It was Brizo's token, a physical manifestation of heavenly protection and favor. Raising it high for all to see, his discovery was met with nods of agreement, reinforcing their shared belief in the goddess's guidance derived from nature's subtle messages. Under the softening light of morning, the captain joined them, wearing years of wisdom from countless voyages beneath Brizo's watchful eyes. With patience and insight, he unraveled their nighttime visions and dawn-given signs. Each sailor's tale was a colorful thread in a broader narrative that he, through his seasoned perspective, wove into a coherent path forward. His words breathed life into intangible whispers, aligning their collective purpose with the unspoken orders of the goddess. Brizo, though unseen, observed them with serene satisfaction, her gentle presence invisible yet deeply felt. She took pleasure in their understanding, their skill in translating dreams into navigational truths, transforming the ethereal caresses of her divine whispers into concrete guidance. Her influence was the undercurrent in their renewed spirits and fortified resolve. Preparations commenced with methodical precision. Each task, tightening knots, setting the sails, was performed with a weight of purpose conferred by their dreams and omens. The ship, in those moments, transformed from mere timber and canvas into a vessel of divine trust. No longer just a means of travel, it stood as a testament to Brizo's gentle yet formidable guardianship, empowering them to confront the journey ahead with determination. As they set sail, Brizo leaned closer, breathing a final blessing upon them. Her voice, a hushed promise woven through the breeze, pledged vigilance over their voyage. The sailors, buoyed by the warmth of this divine assurance, watched the shore recede. Their course was set towards the awaiting horizon, where the sea held ancient secrets and new promises, woven by Brizo's gentle influence. The transition today unfolded seamlessly, as the sailors embarked with hearts lightened by faith and guidance divine. Under the serene dome of the early summer sky, the ship set forth from the inviting harbor of Delos, gently cradled by the waves that whispered promises of safe passage. The soft blue waters welcomed the sailors, who embarked on their journey with an assured sense of peace. Their faith in Brizo's watchful eye instilled quiet confidence, knowing they ventured into the unknown under her protective embrace. As they moved deeper into the expanse, the rhythmic sound of the sea surrounded them, each wave a gentle reminder of the powerful yet nurturing force guiding them forward. Brizo, from her distant yet attentive vantage point, observed the ship as it carved its path through the tranquil waters. Her presence, though invisible to the sailors, was a constant companion, a silent assurance that they were not alone. Brizo's influence was subtle but profound, manifesting in the smooth passage of the ship and the harmony of the waves around it. Her divine essence touched each sailor, enveloping them in an ethereal blanket that promised guidance and protection. As the journey unfolded, a school of dolphins joined the ship, darting gracefully amidst the silvery mist that danced upon the water. The sailors perceived this as a fortuitous sign, renewed by the playful guardianship of these gentle creatures. Dolphins were symbols of protection and guidance on their voyages, their presence reinforcing the sailors' trust in Brizo's subtle yet significant influence. Their joyful motions reminded the crew of the ocean's hidden rhythms, a sacred signal to proceed with faith and conviction. One sailor turned to his comrades and shared, "Brizo surely watches over us, sending these companions to guide our way." Despite their confidence, a mysterious fog began to gather, enveloping the horizon in its misty embrace. This dense curtain might have stirred concern, were it not for the assurance woven through their dreams by Brizo the night before. With each swell, the fog seemed to breathe alongside them, shrouding the world in quiet mystery. Yet it did not instill fear. Rather, it brought a serene certainty that even within the fog, Brizo's pathway was clear, and her light would guide them. True to their trust in the goddess, faint glimmers of sunlight began to pierce through the mist, weaving a path with tender clarity. It was as if Brizo herself was parting the mist, revealing a hidden trail across the ocean. Each ray of light served as a celestial beacon, reinforcing the belief that they were precisely where they needed to be. The sailors navigated with calm resolve, guided by the divine insights shared with them in dreams and whispers. As they pressed on, a conversation blossomed among them. "Remember last night's dream?" one sailor mused aloud. "Brizo showed me a lighthouse standing firm in the storm." His companion replied, affirming, "Aye, and I saw stars breaking through clouds, leading us to safety." These exchanges deepened their conviction in Brizo's guidance and their collective experiences. With Brizo orchestrating this divine unfolding, the fog gently lifted, unveiling the silhouette of land on the distant horizon. The sailors rejoiced, their spirits illuminated with renewed energy as they saw the fulfillment of their faith in celestial guidance. They were no longer adrift in the sea's vastness. They had a destination, shaped by trust and dreams. Gathering on deck with the reassuring sight of land ahead, the sailors exchanged stories of their journey, and the imperceptible markers of Brizo's presence felt throughout their voyage. These shared narratives were not merely recollections. They were testaments to the divine partnership between man and goddess, woven through mythical encounters and maritime lore. As one sailor gazed towards the horizon, he softly whispered thanks to Brizo, acknowledging the gentle guidance that had led them through the mist. Under the brightening sky, the ship sailed onward, and the bond between the sailors and the sea remained unwavering. Their trust in Brizo was fortified by sacred dreams and symbols, anchoring their resolve for future journeys yet to come. This divine exchange between mortals and goddess lay at the heart of their maritime odyssey, a binding thread spun through whispers and gentle waves. As the horizon drew closer, Brizo reflected on her role, ever watchful, and her enduring duty to the seafarers under her gentle care. Brizo stood upon a rocky outcrop on the coastline of Delos, her eyes resting on the endless expanse of the sea. These rocks, weathered by eons, mirrored her eternal role, steadfast amidst an ever-changing world. The afternoon light, softened by overcast skies, cast a gentle gleam across the waves, melding the serene landscape with her thoughtful gaze. The ocean breeze wrapped around her, a familiar touch that spoke of ageless whispers and timeless bonds. The sea was not merely a backdrop to Brizo. It was an enduring companion, sharing stories as old as time itself. As she contemplated the waves, her heart resonated with a deep, abiding connection. Each wave that rose and fell carried the stories of countless sailors she had guided, each whisper a reassurance of her protective presence. Her duty was profound and eternal, to guide and protect those who traversed these perilous waters, weaving their hopes and fears into a tapestry of safe passage. Brizo recalled her first appearance to sailors many years ago. Awash in stormy chaos, her presence had been a beacon of hope and safety. Sailors had gazed upon her with reverence and trust, believing in her ability to steer them through nature's fury and into tranquility's embrace. These reflections filled Brizo with both pride and a renewed sense of purpose. Her heart pulsed with the echoes of her immortal promise to be their guardian, steadfast through the eons. Time and again, treacherous tempests had tested her resolve. In these memories, the furious storms reared like wild creatures, unpredictable and overwhelming. Yet Brizo, with her serene influence, had turned threat into calm, guiding ships clear of danger or subduing the raging seas with a mere whisper. Each act was suffused with love and an unwavering bond with those who entrusted their lives to the sea. Every rescue wove another strand into the rich fabric of her guardianship. Among these reveries, a particular tale rose prominently in Brizo's thoughts, a storm when a courageous young sailor had seen her in the clouds, his spirit bolstered, believing it was her guiding him to safety. His faith, and the faith of sailors like him, was the sustenance of Brizo's divine influence. Her guidance during that storm spread beyond the horizon, joining other tales of her wonders. Each ripple in the water testified to her enduring presence. The sea seemed to converse with her, its rhythm a gentle heartbeat recognizing their mutual respect. As Brizo reaffirmed her vow to protect and guide, a soft harmony between deity and ocean filled the air, echoing her timeless commitment. The whispering waves expressed their gratitude, a subtle symphony of collective sighs that only she could understand. Satisfied with her reflections, Brizo sent a gentle breeze across the water as a signature of her enduring pledge to the sailors. This breeze carried more than just her approval. It was a tangible promise of continuous guidance. The sailors, feeling the wind's caress, instinctively knew it was Brizo's touch, a silent assurance that they were not alone on their journeys. They turned their faces to the sea with renewed confidence, their spirits lifted by her invisible presence. As day slowly ceded to night, Brizo remained on her rocky perch, her heart content in the fulfillment of her sacred duty. The evening promised the tender onset of dreams, dreams through which her protective whispers would reach those who slept beneath the stars. Her watchful gaze never wavered from the serene expanse, knowing that her guidance would continue to assure the sailors' safe passage. Her presence was an enduring comfort. A divine promise resonated through every dusk and dawn, guiding her seafaring children across the boundless waters. Brizo considered how her influence had subtly evolved. Where once her presence was a sudden revelation, now it was an enduring companion reflected in every keel and sail, in the tales told by grizzled sailors who had felt her protection. Observing this legacy, she knew that her gentle whisper was never lost amidst the roar of the seas. In her thoughts, Brizo touched upon the essence of the ever-changing sea, pondering the eternal dance of calm and storm. She listened keenly to the ocean's whispers, a language of its own, as they wove stories of forgotten mariners and new adventures alike. This connection, so mystical and profound, fueled her resolve to maintain her guardianship and underscore the trust placed in her by the sailors venturing into the blue. To seal her reflection, Brizo extended her hand to the water, allowing her fingers to trace the rippling surface. This act, small but symbolic, was her ritual of commitment, a gesture echoing her relentless dedication to those seeking her guidance. As she stood there, the sky above slowly darkened, heralding the approach of nightfall and the dreams she would soon weave into the sailors' slumber. Her heart swelled with the promise of protection, anchoring their spirits amid the vast, mysterious sea as the golden sun began its descent, painting the sky with hues of amber and rose. The gentle waves of the sea caught its light, casting a shimmering reflection across the tranquil waters. The sailors of Delos gathered upon the ship's deck, their voices low and harmonious with the murmuring sea. Each sailor shared tales of the day's journey, recounting events under the expansive sky. With every tale shared, laughter and camaraderie flowed, intertwining their stories with the gentle rocking of the boat beneath them. The conversations among the crew varied, from playful banter about navigating the currents to earnest reflections on the lessons learned from past voyages. An elder among them shared how, during his first journey, he learned to trust the subtle signs of Brizo's guidance, an unexpected flock of birds, a sudden shift in the wind. Such stories were not only shared memories but also lessons for the young seafarers, reminding them of the goddess's ever-present care. Brizo watched from her ethereal perch, her eyes soft with admiration for these mortals who entrusted their destinies to the capricious sea. Her presence was felt as a tender breeze, weaving through the sailors' conversations like a whispered promise of protection. As twilight crept in, her whispers mingled with the sighs of the wind, creating a soothing lullaby sung to the heart of the ocean itself. Above, seabirds wheeled gracefully in the fading light, their calls blending seamlessly with the rhythmic hush of the waves. These birds, ever the travelers of the sky, mirrored the sailors' own journey across the vast blue expanse. Their flight was a dance of grace and purpose, a testament to the interconnectedness of all who braved the wide-open sea. Amidst the evening gathering, a young sailor began to strum a lyre, drawing forth a gentle melody that echoed the harmonious song of the distant waves. The lilting notes filled the air, evoking images of gentle tides and safe harbors. This was a song of the sea's beauty, a tribute to the goddess Brizo, whose watchful care was the invisible hand guiding them through both calm waters and unseen perils. As the melody swelled, it captured the essence of twilight as the sky slowly transitioned from gold to a serene blue. With each note, the sailors added their own thoughts of gratefulness, their humble tributes to Brizo's divine oversight woven into the music. The young sailor sang softly, his voice carrying across the waters. May the sea remember our trust and Brizo our faith. During this harmonious tribute, one sailor, who had not yet spoken, shared a poignant story of gratitude. He told of a time when he had been lost at sea, surrounded by a seemingly endless fog. It was Brizo, he believed, who guided him back to safety by revealing a sliver of moonlight that pierced the dark clouds just when hope seemed lost. This personal touch moved the others, and they nodded in silent understanding, knowing that each had felt the goddess's benevolent touch at one time or another. A brief, silent reflection enveloped the group. It carried the weight of their devotion, a shared recognition of the divine guidance they had all experienced under Brizo's watchful eyes. Brizo, listening from her unseen realm, was touched by the sincerity of their devotion. In this shared space of story and melody, the world seemed to pause, acknowledging the sacred connection between the divine and the mortal. As the final notes faded into the night, the young sailor performed a simple yet symbolic action. He dipped a finger into the water beside the boat, then raised it to the sky, a gesture of unity and gratitude for both sea and goddess. The music had served as both a benediction and a prelude to the dreams that awaited them. Brizo, their silent guardian, remained a vigilant presence, her whispers promising safety in the night to come. As evening settled in, she sent a gentle, cooling breeze cascading over the ship, a quiet reminder of her protective presence. The sailors understood it as a sign that they were watched over and that their hard-earned peace would continue into the depths of the night. With one final glance at her devoted followers, Brizo prepared the dreams that would cradle the sailors in their sleep, dreams woven with care and filled with visions of safe passages and guiding stars. As the ship drifted softly atop the glassy sea, the goddess knew that her guidance had fostered trust and tranquility in the hearts of those she protected. Thus, as the night embraced the world, the sailors slowly drifted into the realm of dreams, their spirits buoyed by the grace and assurance of Brizo's gentle care. As the vast blanket of night unfurled over the tranquil sea, calmness enveloped the waters, casting a serene lull over the ship's gentle rocking. Brizo, revered goddess of sailors, poised silently on an unseen plane, her ethereal form shimmering under the celestial realm. The stars twinkled with a familiarity that echoed countless nights of Brizo's vigilant watch over seafarers. With a tender resolve, she reached once more into her divine essence, a wellspring of nurturing power, to weave dreams of protection and guidance for those entrusted to her care. Brizo's craftsmanship in dream-weaving was akin to a weaver tending to her loom, each thread carefully selected for its strength and purpose. Her process began with a deep intuition of the sailor's needs and apprehensions, connecting her divine insight with human emotion to craft dreams that would guide them on their journeys. Listening to the sea's soft whispers, she gathered strands of hope, entwining them with assurance to form dreams that would resonate with the soul, offering solace and direction. In the first of her crafted visions, a young sailor found himself adrift on a sprawling sea, his path illuminated not by compass, but by the brilliance of constellations. Each star seemed alive, pulsing with life's own light, guiding him across the vast ocean with its luminous clarity. These celestial markers, ancient symbols of navigation and hope, shone brightly with Brizo's guidance. As the young sailor dreamed, he felt a profound assurance that the path ahead was enchanted, his confidence growing from the divine promise of a safe journey. Simultaneously, Brizo considered the seasoned mariner whose heart was forged by the sea's unpredictable whims. For him, she wove a vision of standing at the ship's helm as the horizon unfolded into a tranquil harbor, beckoning with whispers of sanctuary. The calm waters and welcoming port surrounded him with an unspoken guarantee of safety. This dream, graced by Brizo's overarching protection, enveloped the mariner, reminding him that even among the sea's capriciousness, safety would prevail under divine watch. With meticulous care, Brizo tailored each dream to carry echoes of hope, embedding her nurturing touch in every detail. Her dreams, woven with threads of celestial light, bore silent whispers, soft yet resonant promises spoken by a mother to her children. Within each vision's vivid tapestry, she placed distinct symbols as harbingers of reassurance. A dolphin swimming beside the young sailor, a companion and protector, and for the mariner, a gentle sea breeze stirring the sails, whispering Brizo's continued care. The dreams did not solely comfort. They wove a subtle narrative of interconnectedness among the sailors, reflecting their shared destiny upon the sea. As they slumbered, the stars above twinkled knowingly, anchoring the dreams to the divine realm. Each point of light served as a beacon, knitting the night sky with the sailors' subconscious, filling them with reassurance that they were within the protective gaze of their divine guardian. As Brizo wove deeper into the night, she reflected on her divine role, each dream a tool of profound influence. Every tailored vision reflected not only protection, but the lessons learned and the experiences faced by the sailors. New dreams emerged, For one sailor harboring fears of the unknown, Brizo sculpted a vision of a journey where each uncertainty gradually resolved into clarity and calm. These dreams instilled wisdom and courage, ensuring that when the sailors awoke, they would carry with them a fortified resolve, ready for the sea's vastness. Time ebbed gracefully, as though in reverence of the sacred sanctum Brizo had fashioned. The waves sang a gentle lullaby below, mirroring the harmony of the dreams she bestowed. There was a profound merging of the endless sky and mysterious ocean depths, capturing the bond between the goddess and her seafaring charges. Within this tranquil realm, Brizo's hands continued to spin dreams as vivid as an artist's canvas touched by the dawn's first light. Her creations were beacons, illuminating the sailors' spirits and nurturing their hopes. Her presence remained a silent force, intangible yet powerful, reshaping their realities with divine foresight and ensuring they were prepared for their voyages. The atmosphere of protection lingered, a force as constant as the tides themselves. With each wave's gentle lapping, Brizo's whispers carried forward, echoing within the dreams, an unsung melody of the sea's timeless song. Though asleep, the sailors absorbed this nurturing presence, their dreams aglow with the reassurance that Brizo would unfailingly guide their courses. As night matured and the stars dimmed, anticipating the dawn, Brizo felt the dreams settling into the sailors' consciousness. They received her silent guidance, their hearts buoyed by a divine hope that only true protection could impart. As the serene night gave way to morning light, there remained a gentle continuity promised by the persistent stars, loyal guardians to those who ventured within Brizo's blessed charge. With resolute patience, Brizo marked the passage of night's end with a vow carried on the endless light of stars. The peaceful dreaming state was a blessing in itself, a quiet dialogue between divine protector and brave souls, ready to face the day, nurtured by faith in Brizo's eternal guardianship. As the horizon brightened with dawn's arrival, the essence of her guidance lingered, promising the sailors would continue to dwell within the reassuring embrace of divine care as they journeyed toward new horizons. As the first light of dawn began to peek over the horizon, the sea was bathed in a gentle golden glow. The sailors, having rested under Brizo's tender watch, slowly awakened to a world renewed with the morning light. Each carried within him the vivid remnants of the dreams bestowed by the gentle goddess during the night. Far from being mere flights of fancy, these dreams held the essence of divine insight and guidance, ready to be unraveled in the light of day. Gathered upon the deck, the sailors shared their nocturnal visions, treating them as precious gifts from Brizo herself. There was a sense of sacred reverence in their voices, as each dream, enchanting in its own right, drew them closer to the hidden truths of their journey. One young sailor spoke of a night lit by brilliant stars, casting light upon dark waters. To him, this imagery served as a beacon in the shadowy unknown, hinting at a secure path set by Brizo's hand. The captain, noting the young sailor's wisdom, decided to adjust their course based on this celestial sign, marking it on the ship's map with careful precision. Nearby, a seasoned sailor recounted his vision of a tranquil harbor, where calm waters kissed the ship's hull with a gentle embrace. Such a sight was recognized as representative of safe passage and imminent sanctuary, a promise of peace and protection engraved upon his spirit by the goddess. Encouraged by this dream, the crew engaged in additional preparations for the day's journey, ensuring provisions were well stored and the sails optimally adjusted to harness the gentle breeze. This proactive approach fortified their resolve, aligning every action with the divine insights received overnight. Amidst these conversations, the sailors' attention was drawn to the sea around them. A pod of dolphins appeared beside the vessel, their playful dance a powerful emblem of Brizo's influence. The sailors understood this to be no ordinary sight, but rather a living testimony to her protection, echoing the safety and joy reflected in her divine dreams. For one sailor who initially doubted the veracity of these dreams, the dolphin's presence was undeniable proof of the goddess's care. His heart, once skeptical, now brimmed with renewed faith as he joined his crewmates in a display of reverence and devotion. The sea, calm and reassuring, cradled the ship with an embrace as gentle as Brizo's whispered promises. This tranquility, a testament to her eternal caregiving, reinforced the sailor's faith. Despite her intangible form, Brizo's divine presence was clear through these subtle signs, infusing the air with sacred energy deeply felt in their hearts. Some sailors recalled past voyages where Brizo's guidance had led them safely through tempests and trials. Their shared reminiscences forged a deeper bond of trust in her everlasting protection. In gratitude, one sailor stepped forward, offering a solemn prayer for continued guidance. Bowing his head, he spoke words of thanksgiving and trust, his voice a soft harmony to the gentle lapping of waves. The sailors, feeling profoundly connected to the divine, joined in silent reverence. Their spirits intertwined with the assurance that Brizo had woven through dreams and omens, encapsulating them in a blanket of ethereal protection. From a distance, Brizo observed the scene with serene satisfaction. Her serene gaze lingered on the devoted crew as she marveled at their steadfast faith and understanding of her signs. Her essence wove through the gentle currents and whispered winds, a silent yet profound promise of guidance and protection. As the sun continued to rise, spreading its soft, radiant warmth across the sea's undulating surface, the sailors prepared for the new day. Their voyage now felt divinely charted, rooted in the unseen threads of divine inspiration. With hearts alight with hope and eyes focused on the inviting horizon, they readied themselves for what the day might bring, girded by Brizo's unwavering guidance. The horizon stretched out endlessly, a canvas of possibility lit by the morning sun and watched over by the unseen goddess. Guided by dreams and omens, the sailors embarked on this new chapter of their journey, confident in Brizo's celestial care. Together, they sailed forward, embracing the eternal dance between man and sea, holding fast to their sacred bond that promised to guide them safely beyond the furthest horizon. As the first light of morning kissed the horizon, the ship set sail across calm waters, basking in the soft embrace of dawn's blessing. The golden radiance illuminated the vessel's sails, promising clear skies and gentle winds. From her distant perch on the shores, Brizo observed her beloved sailors, her presence a soft murmur in the ocean's rhythm, wrapping the crew in an invisible cloak of protection. Empowered by the dreams bestowed by their gentle goddess, the sailors meticulously charted their course. Each swell was a guiding whisper, every star a beacon in the night. Brizo's dreams, a celestial compass, steered them onward, and even in moments of doubt, her unseen hand adjusted their path, infusing the sailors with confidence in their voyage. The knowledge that their protector sailed with them offered unparalleled comfort. A gentle breeze swept over the deck, carrying murmurs of reassurance. The sailors, feeling the intertwining of salt and sun, breathed deeply, surrendering to the day's promise. Brizo's presence was a symphony in the wind, a gentle reminder of her steadfast guardianship. This bond between seafarers and deity strengthened through every whispered promise, creating an unbreakable chain of trust. The journey drew the attention of a flock of seabirds, gracefully skimming alongside, their flight a harbinger of favorable weather. These feathered guests, gifts from the divine, filled the sailors' hearts with renewed faith. Their brief visitation was but another sign of Brizo's protective oversight, a celestial affirmation of luck and divine compassion. As the ship carved its path through the ever-changing sea, the waters transformed from a serene blue to a glowing turquoise. This metamorphosis heralded the approach of unexplored lands, stirring excitement among the crew. Each ripple was a brushstroke of adventure, inviting anticipation of the stories yet to unfold in these new realms beneath the vast azure sky. In response to the vibrant seascape, Brizo sent a soft rain, a blessing of fresh water to cleanse and invigorate. The raindrops fell tenderly, neither chilling nor burdensome, but a soothing balm to the sailors and their ship. Faces turned skyward in gratitude. The crew received the rain as a reaffirmation of Brizo's favor, each droplet renewing their spirits and commitment to the journey. It was during this tranquil voyage that a subtle misstep in navigation prompted the captain to consult the past whispers of Brizo, found within their dreams. The grace of these divine hints guided them back on course, saving them from potential folly. United by their faith in Brizo, the sailors quickly realigned their path, drawn together by trust in their celestial guide. In these reflective moments, the crew found camaraderie in sharing tales of past journeys and divine encounters. Conversations flowed with warmth, weaving a tapestry of shared experiences and Brizo's quiet interventions. This storytelling not only reinforced their unity, but illuminated the profound impact of Brizo's silent, guiding hand upon their lives. Strengthened by reflection and shared purpose, the ship glided smoothly through the endless blue, each wave carrying them closer to new frontiers. Guided by Brizo's ever-present counsel, the sailors felt an intimate connection manifest in intuitive moments with their divine guardian. Her whispers served as both compass and anchor, leading them safely onward. With anticipation for the unknown, the crew faced the endless horizon, enveloped in Brizo's whispered serenades. As the sea unfolded towards new vistas, the sailors were assured of the goddess's unwavering care, each mile a testament to the divine warehousing of their journey. This chapter closed gently, leaving the sailors ready for more adventures under Brizo's watchful eye and new tales that awaited their unfolding. As the noon sun arched across the sky, bathing the sea in warm light, the sailors of Delos navigated their ship with a renewed sense of confidence. They had been graced with Brizo's gentle guidance throughout their voyage, feelings of safety and divine favor woven into their very dreams. The once calm sea, under the watchful gaze of the goddess, had shown nothing but serenity. However, the open sea holds its share of unpredictability, even under divine care. In the distance, dark clouds began to converge, slowly obscuring the bright sky. The sailors, skilled in reading nature's tapestry, sensed a building pressure, a shift that suggested an impending trial. As the ominous shadows lengthened and deepened, an uneasy murmur rippled among the crew. Yet it was their faith in Brizo and her nightly dreams that offered solace against the brewing storm. Within their hearts, visions of calm seas and whispered courage resonated, fragile yet enduring. Her divine whispers, although subtle, reinforced their bonds with the divine, reminding them of the protective mantle laid over each soul. The sky darkened, and the sea's surface began to churn, its waves hinting at the latent power beneath. As the winds picked up, setting the sails aloft with an unpredictable ferocity, the sailors steeled themselves. In the face of rising chaos, each felt the steadfast presence of Brizo, buoying their hearts against the fear of the unknown. Her presence was a thread of resilience woven into the fabric of their will. The squall descended with ferocity, transforming the tranquil canvas into a tempest of driving rain and shrieking winds. It asked them to summon every ounce of courage and skill, pushing the limits of their collective spirit. Amidst nature's relentless fury, shouted commands bridged the gap between sailor and sailor, each action a testament to the unity shaped by Brizo's guiding dreams. The remembrance of serene visions served as a beacon against the storm's grasp, a lighthouse amidst the brewing chaos. Lightning danced across the heavens, carving shadows into the belligerent clouds, etching climactic moments in the sailors' memories. In the tempest's grasp, steadfastness reigned, their spirits untarnished by doubt or fear. Each crux, each trial, was navigated with the divine guidance encoded in their dreams, their resolve anchored in Brizo's whispered assurances. At the height of the storm's wrath, a shift began. Amidst the storm's tumult, an unexpected calm began filtering through the chaos. The heavens parted briefly, unveiling a lone, brightly twinkling star. Its appearance, blazing with divine clarity, served as Brizo's silent guide. This celestial sign reconnected the sailors with their goddess, breathing reassured calm into the air. Captivated, they gazed upwards, hearts tied to this luminous thread, reaffirming their sacred bond with the divine shepherdess. The tempest receded as quickly as it came, serenity slowly reclaiming the sea. The waters, once turbulent, gathered into a gentle lull, pacified once more by Brizo's invisible touch. Shared glances exchanged among the sailors were more than words ever could be, a gratitude born of survival, mutual trust, and shared understanding. Having faced a most grueling testament, their spirits emerged tempered and true, the celestial guide, now a symbol of triumphant resilience and divine care. As afternoon settled in, coloring the sea with soft, comforting hues, sailors took solace in reflection. With adversities behind them, they allowed the trials encountered to settle deep within their souls. Lessons of unity, courage, and unfaltering trust in Brizo's visions danced like echoes, now intimately inked upon their being by the goddess's subtle hand. Strengthened by an indomitable purpose, they pressed forward. The spiritual light of the guiding star, now eternally imprinted within their consciousness, illumined their path over the veiled mysteries of the deep. Each sailor, their heart anchored by their trials, ventured forth, mindful that they sailed not alone but in hallowed company, a testament to divine whispers. Their path, though unseen, stretched infinitely ahead beyond the horizon, cloaked in mystery. Yet, in their hearts, they knew well of Brizo's shy presence, a guardian unseen granting her endless embrace. Resolute and steadfast, they navigated toward undiscovered futures, buoyed by unshakable trust, their odyssey guided by faith and endurance through the gentle vigilance of Brizo. As twilight loomed, they surrendered to the uninterrupted calm, gentle waters, bearing them effortlessly onward. Their journey would continue within the sacred currents of possibility and dreamfulness, gently carried by Brizo's enduring promise. Chapter. Text. As the sun began its slow descent, a serene calm enveloped the horizon. The recently storm-tossed waters were now brushed with hues of soft orange and deep blue. The turbulence of the storm had given way to a peaceful dusk, and the sailors found solace on the deck, hearts still pounding with the thrill of survival. Their faces were etched with gratitude, a silent acknowledgement of the divine guidance that had steered them through the squall. As they stood there, the gentle lapping of the waves seemed to mirror their collective relief, echoing a shared sigh as they gazed at the horizon, now clear and calm. In this tranquil setting, the captain stepped forward, a stalwart figure among his crew. He began to speak, his voice a deep and steady anchor in the quiet, echoing the sentiments felt by each of the men. Courage and trust, he intoned, are what carried us through the turmoil of the sea. It is to Brizo's guiding hand that we owe our safety. His voice held the weight of their shared ordeal, resonating with the crew as he spoke of the faith they had placed in the unseen. This trial had not only tested their resolve but also fortified their bonds, inscribing a profound lesson upon their hearts, a testament to the enduring influence of Brizo's protection. Each sailor, in turn, shared his experience, the personal lessons dredged from the depths of the sea. One young sailor, still locked in the memory of the storm's ferocity, recounted his inner battle with doubt. As the waves had surged around them, Brizo's gentle whisper, carried by the winds, had quelled his fears, urging him to trust in the path unseen. Another mariner painted a picture of his dream, where a guiding star pierced the stormy shroud of night, a vision mirrored by reality as they had been led by that very star during their darkest hour. These testimonies wove a tapestry of collective strength and enduring faith, heralding the lasting power of Brizo's divine insight. Brizo, ever watchful yet unseen, absorbed these words from afar, her ethereal presence a gentle embrace around the gathering. To her silent delight, the sailor's reflections revealed the impact of her whispers carried on the wind. They had reached open ears and receptive hearts. The sea, her endless companion, mirrored her contentment, the once mighty waves now gently caressing the hull of the ship. Together they had shepherded these brave sailors through their trials, ensuring the symphony of divine guidance and mortal courage was destined to lead them to safety. As the voices melded into quiet contemplation, a sailor noticed a radiant arc across the sky, a magnificent rainbow emerging from the fading rain. This vivid spectrum appeared to link sea and sky, prompting the crew to gaze in reverence, perceiving it as a final blessing from Brizo, a symbol of hope and promise. Colors danced lightly against the deepening blue, reminding them of their journey and the divine care interwoven throughout their voyage. This celestial display sealed their commitment to honor Brizo's wisdom in all future endeavors. Gathered in a silent vow, the sailors pledged to embrace these lessons, their gratitude to Brizo nourished by their resolve. "May we never forget what the sea and the stars have taught us," the captain declared, echoing their steadfast devotion to Brizo. As the rainbow gracefully began to dissipate, each one bowed his head, sharing a collective promise. The sea, a tranquil expanse of blue beneath the sky's gentle hues, received their vow with a whisper, resonating with a timeless rhythm that promised safety and guidance in voyages yet to come. As twilight descended, cloaking the ship's deck with the gentle embrace of evening, the calm sea reflected the soft pastels overhead. Each wave served as a gentle reminder of their journey and Brizo's unseen hand, ever poised to guide them. With hearts full of gratitude and minds imbued with newfound wisdom, the sailors prepared for the return journey to Delos. Their spirits were buoyed by the lessons of the evening and the unwavering protection of the goddess who watched over them. In this serene convergence of man, sea, and deity, a profound concord emerged, a silent pact between mortal and divine, where trust and courage became entwined in an unspoken vow. As the ship rocked gently in the tamed cradle of the sea, the sailors felt a deep-seated peace that would guide them safely to familiar shores and chart the course for journeys yet to come. As night wrapped around the horizon and the first stars began to twinkle, they set their sights on the familiar shores of Delos, now armed with the insightful blessings of their divine protector. Next stage on, chapter number 11, chapter. Title: Lessons of the Sea, chapter. Goal: reflect on the experiences and lessons the sailors learned from Brizo. Beats. Calm returns as the sun sets, painting the sky with soft colors. Sailors gather, reminiscing about the trial they overcame. The captain speaks of courage and trust, inspired by Brizo. Each sailor shares their personal lesson, strengthened by the journey. Brizo listens silently, content that her guidance was received. The sea seems at peace, mirroring the sailors' calm hearts. A sailor notices a rainbow formed by the fading rain, a final blessing. They vow to honor Brizo's wisdom in every future voyage. High tone, introspective, and serene, emphasizing growth and gratitude. Bridge, hint, prepare for the return to Delos with newfound wisdom. Visual brief, scene summary. A rainbow arcs over the sea, symbolizing hope and blessings. Location: calm sea with horizon. Time: off day. Dusk weather: clear with a faint rainbow. Season: early summer. Mood keywords: reflective, grateful, peaceful. Color palette: words, A soft orange, rainbow hues, deep blue, camera style, medium composition, foreground, sailors, background, sailors, background. Rainbow and calm sea, key, objects. Rainbow, calm water sea. Twilight painted the horizon with hues of twilight blue and gentle lavender as the ship from Delos approached the familiar shores. Each wave that gently caressed the ship's hull carried whispers of safety, signaling the conclusion of a journey enriched by divine guidance and newfound courage under Brizo's vigilant watch. As they neared the comforting embrace of the harbor, a sense of fulfillment enveloped the sailors. They reflected on the myriad experiences that had enriched their spirits and deepened their faith in the unseen presence of Brizo. With the waves as her silent platform, Brizo observed unnoticed, a protective force guiding their vessel to the tender embrace of the harbor. The shoreline, draped in the colors of twilight, offered more than the comfort of solid ground. It represented a spiritual anchor, a testament to the trust and reverence sown in the hearts of the seafarers by the goddess. Brizo felt a quiet pride as she witnessed the gratitude expressed by the sailors. Upon setting foot on solid ground, the sailors were greeted with warmth by loved ones who had eagerly awaited their return. Overflowing with stories, they shared tales rich with their divine encounters at sea. Their narratives were a vibrant tapestry woven with Brizo's dreams, celestial navigation, and rainbows casting divine blessings. Each tale bubbled with awe and gratitude, an homage to the goddess who had steered them through tranquil and tumultuous waters alike. Their journey naturally led them to the small shrine near the shore, dedicated to honoring Brizo. Here, the sailors gathered to express their gratitude, bowing their heads in earnest prayer. The shrine, filled with the essence of devotion, resonated with their heartfelt thanks. Tokens of gratitude were laid with care, symbolizing their acknowledgement of Brizo's divine protection. For these sailors, the act of offering gratitude was not mere tradition, but a profound acknowledgement of the goddess who secured their passage across the unpredictable sea. Brizo observed these gestures with serene satisfaction from afar. She recognized that the faith she had inspired would not end with this voyage, but ripple through future journeys. Her persistent influence lingered in the ocean's whispers, promising guidance over countless expeditions to come. As the sea sighed gentle tales of upcoming adventures, it intertwined the divine with the mortal, assuring an eternal connection. The harbor soon burst into celebration, the sailors reveling in the joy of their safe return. Laughter and kinship flowed freely, celebrating both the bonds formed at sea and the shared divine experiences. These moments of camaraderie, enhanced by the trials faced together, imbued the group with a unity touched by the divine. Standing side by side, they were proud of the experiences they had survived and emerged from, with divine encounters now integral to their identities. As night descended, Brizo returned to her place by the rhythmically lapping waves. The calming tones of the sea mirrored her unwavering commitment to those who sought her favor. Enveloped in the night, the land bore witness to the protective web spun by Brizo, secure under the nightly veil. The sailors, transformed and inspired by their journey, bore the wisdom and trust they gleaned from their voyage, assured of Brizo's perpetual guidance in future dreams and expeditions. The scene left behind a lingering sense of calm, etching Brizo's protection in the hearts of all. The echoes of this voyage would reverberate through time, passed down in stories through generations of sailors seeking adventure under Brizo's care. Here, beneath the gentle embrace of night and the sea's whispers, lay a profound trust in the dreams and guidance woven by Brizo, promising safe harbors in forthcoming voyages.